Hello guys, welcome back to your channel 1000 Manga Recap. We are seen in the last episode, Lin was going to auction, now forward. We see the host. The host said hello everyone, welcome to our Ipantang auction. Before starting the auction, please allow me to give you the detailed introduction. Ipantang auction is the largest charity auction in Japan country, and it is also a world-class auction. 90% of the funds raised from the auction will be donated to the United World Relief. First of all, I would like to introduce and thank the wealthy families from all over the world who came to attend this auction. Host said the auction officially begins. The first item is an incense burner from the Shodo period, with a starting price of 8 million. Kamita S. Man raised his hand said 30 million. Host said number 001 30 million. Does anyone else want to bid a higher price? Kamita, who is watching Lin xin. Lin said, is this the Arhat statue that was exported to during the Japanese era? It is not in line with Chinese culture at all, could it be sold? Xia said, well, in ancient times, several countries would produce some goods for export to foreign countries, and the styles would be a little different. Xia says shyly, sorry, your knowledge of cultural relics is deeper than mine, and I tried to explain it to you. Lin said, I like the way you are engaged when talking about cultural relics. Serious people are the best. Xia says shyly, me also. Favorability increased 5%. If you want to ask anything, you can come to my Instagram page and ask. I have opened this page for you. Everyone is wondering what's going on. Kamita said, ignorant patriots. Next is the auction of Chinese cultural relics. How will you escape my frontal offensive then? Host said the second cultural relic. The blue and white peacock plate from China, the starting price of this relic 10 million. Lin raised his hand. All thinks this arrogant kid finally begins bidding, so let's give him a taste of his own medicine. Lin said 300 million. All get surprised. All thinks what? He began bidding with so much money from the start. What kind of bidding is this? Kamita said the underdog mentality that's so eager to express itself is pathetic. Kamita S. Man said, Chairman, do I start bidding? Kamita said no, the porcelain is only worth more than 180 million, it's not worth for me to bid, if he wants to buy then let him be. Host said number 008, the blue and white peacock plate was bought for 300 million. Lin said this blue and white peacock plate is given to you to perfectly complement your beautiful self. One woman said 300 million worth cultural relics given to your girlfriend. Is it really that big of a deal? Xia said this should be bought for our museum. But. Thank you, I love it. One man angrily says, are they showing off lovey-dovey at the auction? Host said the third cultural relics is an 8-foot magatama from the Sichuan and German era of our country. The starting price of the bid is 8 million. Kamita raised his hand says 200 million. Lin said 500 million. Chao Jun said, damn it, didn't he say he would only buy Chinese cultural relics? Kamita S. Man said he did it on purpose. He wanted to anger the president. Kamita said a low-level provoking method. Spend so much money just to make me anger. Host said number 008 has won the bid by bidding 500 million for the 8-foot magatama. Lin said, I am giving this magatama to Ms. Saito Kite. Saito gets surprised. Lin said as a thanks for her massage service yesterday. Kamita shouts, did you told him your top secret real name? Saito said, I didn't, master. I really didn't. He must have used some secret method to know my identity. Master, believe me, I will refuse magatama. Kamita said, refuse. Why refuse? This is a gift from him to you. I order you to accept it. Saito sadly says it's, master. Favorability minus 10%. Lin thinks spending money will cause me to lose favorability points, it's really not easy find a tool. And it's really funny to see Kamita's twisted expression. Saito thinks, what on earth do you want to do? You gave me something out of nowhere, causing me to be misunderstood by the master. But it's my first time I have got a gift from someone. Favorability increased 5%. Lin thinks, why has it increased again? Saito thinks it's a pity that he is such a nasty man. Favorability decreased minus 3%. Lin thinks decreased again. We see that sometimes favorability increases and sometimes it decreases. Lin thinks, what is she doing? Lin said, I thought the bidding would be fierce, but nobody participated in bidding at all. Thank you all for your humility. The next few items are not Chinese cultural relics, I have no interest in them. You can do whatever you want. Kamita thinks this damn thing will make you proud for a while. Saito thinks it turns out he represents the country. He looks so carefree on the surface, but he is actually a representative of country? Favorability increased 5%. No matter who you are, as long as you are my master's enemy. You are also my enemy. Favorability decreased 5%. We see that sometimes favorability increases and sometimes it decreases. Lin thinks we go again, what on earth is this little girl thinking about? Host said the last cultural relic of the event, the glazed guanine from the Yuan dynasty of China. The starting price is 400 million. Kamita thinks here it comes. This is the last Chinese cultural relic in the audience. This is also where Lin's last regret. Are you ready, Lin Xin? I am going to start. Host said the bidding for the glazed guanine from the Yuan dynasty of China has officially begins. The starting price is 400 million. Please raise your sign. Lin said 1 billion. After buying the last one, I will call it a day and go home. Kamita said 1.5 billion. Kiddo, the real game has just started. One man said Chairman Kamita finally took action. One woman said the momentum that has been gathered for so long is indeed extraordinary. What a battle between dragon and eagle. Lin said 5 billion. Kamita said 6 billion. Lin said 7 billion. Kamita said 9 billion. Lin said 12 billion. Kamita said 16 billion. Xia said Lin Xin. This money is too much. Kamita's man said Chairman, our funds are only 12.8 billion. This is already beyond too much. Kamita said this is about my face. It's only a few billion, and I still have many estates and stocks. People said, is this the battle of gods? Host said 16 billion. First time. Is there anyone else who want to do bidding? Kamita nervously thinks, follow me, boy. Are you scared? Host said 16 billion, the second time. Kamita's man said Chairman, those manors and stocks are your last assets. Do you actually want to exchange them for a piece of an item? This item has reached beyond its own value. Even if you buy cultural relics, you will go bankrupt. Kamita said at that time, not only will I not have to pay a penny, but I will also be able to get more benefits in China. More than a dozen other museums in China that are already in the plan can pay off the debt and give it to me. This is my real plan. Both said so that's it. Saito said what if Lin Xin does not want this culture relic? Then we should be finished. Kamita shouts, are you questioning me? Just watch, Lin Xin will definitely want it. Like a dog, he will get down on his knees and beg me to give him the cultural relic. Lin said oops, I forbid. Let's give this big treasure to brother Kamita. Host said number 001 has won the paying 16 billion. The glazed guanine cultural relic. Historical record in the auction world. This record will not be broke till next 50 years. Kamita's man said you won. Kamita said I won. Kamita said Lin Xin. Didn't you say at the beginning of the auction that you buy back all the Chinese cultural relics? Why did you bring so little money? If you didn't buy the most important thing, the glazed guanine, how would you explain it to the rich people in country? Your patriotism is worthless. Xia said I was frightened to death just now because I thought you were really going to compete against Kamita for the glazed guanine. I hadn't also thought of that this treasure was the cultural relic for export. Lin said sorry, if you want to fool your enemies, you must first fool your own people. We see that everyone gather in front of Lin and Xia. One man said Mr. Lin I am from the US. Second man said Mr. Lin do you want to stay in Japan country for a few more days? I can be a tour guide. People said after so many Opondo auction, someone finally defeat Kamita. Big news, this auction is going to explode. The most popular one is still Kamita, right? 16 billion bought that guanine. One man hit Kamita. Kamita gets shocked. And his health starts deteriorating. Lin said Mr. Kamita what's wrong? You should pay attention to your health. Kamita said all my samurais and ninjas, start taking action immediately. We see a huge building. Man said Mr. Lin, I understand everything clearly, you spent so much money to buy the precious cultural relics that country has lost. On behalf of the embassy abroad, I sincerely thank you. I have also heard of the insidious method of the Kamita. So we will do our best to protect your safety. Lin said thank you so much. But there is one thing I want to do. Could you please lend me your car? Man said this. You want to leave the embassy. Xia said Lin Xin, please don't go, okay? It's too dangerous outside. I am afraid. Lin said I promise it will be fine. Believe me. We see an underground parking area. Lin thinks hiding? Kamita's riding me and sitting on me. If I don't kill him this time, I have come all the way here in vain. Saito attacks on Lin but Lin dodges. We see Saito who looks like in a beast mode. If you like my video please share and subscribe.